Hey, what's up, everybody? This is J.Bear and Romi, and we are more Bachats. Hey,
What's up, guys?
today we are talking about something different and interesting. We're gonna be doing our top five performances that we've ever seen live. These are the rules. Number one, we have to have seen that performance live. Nothing we've seen on YouTube that looks amazing or that somebody else told us about. And other rule is it doesn't matter if it's bachata, salsa, kizomba, or anything that you feel like doing. We're gonna do. I'm doing my list is mostly salsa, bachata, and kizomba.
Okay.
I don't have anything outside of that. There's some that are like kind of fold a little bit into the other side, but besides that, we're okay. How about you?
I pretty much kept mine salsa bachata and a zouk
Cool.
fusion, modern zouk fusion. I don't know if you would call it that, but yeah, I'll call it that. Modern zouk fusion.
All right, so we're gonna get right into it. We're gonna start with my number five, then his five, then his four, then my four, and we're gonna zigzag it back and forth. It's gonna make sense, I promise.
Some of it, we may have the same ones. We didn't actually tell each other which performances we have that we put on our list.
If we have the same one, we're gonna hold and talk about it when the other person is on a higher number. If we have that situation.
No, if it happens, I'm just going to talk about it.
Okay, whatever. We're going as we go. Okay, number five for me is actually I'm gonna cheat. I have three. Two are yeah, I know. Two are honorable mentions that I'm just gonna bring up. One of them is the Cobo Brothers. They did the cha-cha and salsa routine in San Francisco in 2012. We'll see the link for that. The other one is Latin Rhapsody at the Reno 2017. This past January, there was an amazing little routine. Those are just my honorable mentions. So I'm gonna start with my number five.
Hold on, I want to cut them off too, guys. So for all of the performances we're talking about, even as honorable two mentions, we're going to put a link below in the description so you could watch them too. And let's go on with the show. Sorry to interrupt.
Thank you. Number five, you have Alvir, Rojas, and Sara Lopez. They did an amazing kizomba routine way back in 2013 in San Francisco. San Francisco Got Kizomba Festival. And it's a fusion of like more hip-hop style with kizomba, and then they had tarashinha in there as well.
Okay.
And it's the theme of the performance is the pin-up girl and the nerd kid.
Oh yeah, I remember that.
And they had this really cool,
Yeah,
the strap dancing and this
I
all this
remember the
personality
glasses.
they portray and this like little story they're putting together.
Yeah.
So that resonated with me, just the way that they had it and the way that they presented it to the group.
Okay.
That's nice and simple. How about you? Number five.
I would say Rodrigo and Selene.
Okay.
I don't know the name of the song. It was like a salsa fusion / modern. So the song was all a cappella, with just one voice, I believe. And the reason why it popped out to me is it's very different from all the other performances.
It was.
Everyone's very just instrumental, or like they have to have an entire ensemble of instruments and the voice when they perform.
And they're playing back and forth between different instruments when they're doing their footwork.
Yeah, but wait, what?
Are they playing between different instruments? There's no instruments, right?
It's just a cappella.
Is there more than one voice?
Just one voice.
Okay.
So the reason why it really popped out to me is because they emphasize dancing with the melody of the vocals.
Okay.
So I see a lot of performances, they're hitting the hard, whoops, I might have should have done that. Sorry, audio people.
Sorry. You know who we are.
But a lot of performances that I see is like they always set the very common high percussion noise or, like the melodic instrument that everyone hears. But I don't see too many people like really using up the voices of the songs. And that's what made it really pop.
It is difficult. Well, I like it.
Yeah.
Cool.
Number 4.
You started with number 4.
Oh, I start?
Yeah, we're going to stick aside.
I'm going to go Shani and Evo.
Okay.
I don't know the name of the song again. Oh, wait, I do. What was the name of the song, Juan? We just looked at it earlier. This World.
There you go.
This World.
Selaseo?
Sue.
Robbie, lots of research went into this. All right,
we're talking about the performances anyway.
You'll see the link, so you'll get proper credit for that.
In this performance, it's a zouk fusion.
Okay.
And the reason why I liked it is there's a lot of angst to it. So again, very different from what you normally see at a festival, where it's just all very presentational, doing as many moves as possible.
So they were playing to the crowd.
This one had a character.
Okay.
This one had characters, and there was angst, and it really matched the feel of the music. Because the song is just very angsty and very dark, and their movements were dark. And they took a lot of risks, both physically and I think choreographically. Choreographically.
Choreographically.
I think they took a lot of risks. Physically, they were doing some crazy tricks, some acro yoga movements that people aren't familiar seeing, and then choreographically, because I saw this at a Bachata festival and it's a Zouk performance. That means usually, like, all right, if you're having a different type of performance, there's a very high expectation that you either have to be the very best or you're gonna be just a little skunk at the bottom that no one will care about.
Okay.
And I think they knocked it out of the ballpark.
Nice. Cool. All right. My number 4 is a big shout out to some friends of mine, Vince and Joe. They did an amazing routine I saw way back in 2013 at the San Francisco Bachata Festival, and that will be the Michael Jackson, I'll Be There. Oh, I don't know what to say about that. It was one of the first different performances that they had.
Yeah.
And, one of the original contemporary, that's what I want to call it, contemporary performance, because they stepped out of the boundaries of normal bachata routine and what they were doing. And they start playing around with a different type of music, which was the remixes. This was before the people were doing remixes. They were,
So the kind of the pioneers of it then.
I wouldn't say if they were the pioneers. I had to do my research on that, but there were some of them, and it definitely started this movement of trying to play different than just use traditional standard bachata. Romeo Santos or whoever was the top, singer at the moment. And they stepped it out, and they did this like cool little intro with the actual original Michael Jackson song, and you can just hear the little soft voice of little Michael back in the Jackson 5.
Okay. So there's a progression, story progression to the
and then
piece.
they played into the bachata portion of the bachata version of that song, and it was really cool, emotional, great attitude in the performance, and it just it stuck with me all these years. It's been like 4 years since I've seen that. All right.
Great job, John Vince.
I know, right? Okay, number 3 for me, I have the 2016 closing show at the Reno Light Dance Festival on Saturday night. The Alma Latina, Yamule, and Island Touch coalition of all of them put together. Coalition, whatever you call it. So in Reno, did you have that on your list?
No, I actually didn't, because originally when we were making the list, I thought it was strictly bachata.
I never said that.
I thought it was, so I didn't have that on my list.
Anyway, so the Reno Festival that year decided to do collaboration theme on that night, and they closed it with a collaboration of the top 3 billing people, Alma Latina, Yamule, and Island Touch. And the way this starts, you just have this lights turn on slowly, and you see like the Alma Latina people. No, it was to see the Yamule people, and then right in front of them is Alma Latina people, and right in front of them is the couple Ataque a la Alemana, and you see them briefly before they step out. You're like, wait, well, who was that? Like when I was watching, I was like, was that Ataque a la Alemana? What's going on? And then next thing you know, Alma Latina is doing the merengue routine, which is more traditional of the Alma Latina people, and then the Yamule people come in and they do the Alma Latina routine, and then they start like doing each other's routines, and they start doing this cool new way of seeing them, because you see them perfect in every routine that they're doing. And that was the one thing that spoke to me the most, is that you see them being human, you see them making mistakes, because they just learned the routine, I think, like the week off, or even like the day off.
Yeah, so like instead of the typical brand of themselves, you see them performing someone else's brand.
Yeah, and it was really cool to see that. And like immediately after, I saw Bibi, the organizer of the Reno Festival, and I told him that was brilliant. It was an amazing idea. And
Like
he told me
full-on production. Okay.
And he told me that apparently it wasn't his idea. It was Osmar Perones from Yamule.
Oh yeah, the director for Yamule.
Yeah. So I still think that was one of the most brilliant performances, and the energy in the crowd was amazing, because as soon as you see like the Alma Latina people walk in, and everybody started screaming like crazy, and then the whole time, the whole progression of the whole routine, everybody just kept screaming and screaming. If you watch the performance, you will see the video. It's nothing but like cheers from the crowd the whole time, and it just energy up the wazoo.
I have to say though, I didn't see it.
That's a bummer. That's right. That was the year you didn't go to Reno.
Yeah, sorry, BB. But,
cool. Well, you missed out.
Cool story, bro.
Number 3. Let me see your number 3.
So my number 3 is also to Joe and Vince. Well, actually, you put them at number 4. I put them at number 3. This piece was actually, I think, a year before the Michael Jackson piece, 2012. They did a performance to Here Without You by Three Doors. No, it was before.
Okay.
3 Doors Down. Is that
yes,
right?
3 Doors
Three
Down.
Doors Down. So Here Without You. Like you said earlier, it was the first time I saw people doing real work and remixing, a regular song into a bachata kind of a rendition. So it started off with the regular Here Without You song and ended with a bachata cover of it. And the reason why it really popped out to me, again, difference. I really look for what is different. A lot of performances after a certain time, they all look the same and they're no longer memorable. So this one was memorable for me because I saw some ballroom technique in there. I saw some modern contemporary dance technique in there.
Okay.
That at that time I didn't see too many bachata performers doing.
At least not in that area.
Not in the area that we would be watching it.
Yeah.
So I saw it at the Reno Latin Dance Festival actually. So BB, we just keep talking about your event.
I know, right? I got a few more coming up for that too.
And then so it was really really cool. First time seeing some type of remixes, and then seeing an emphasis in ballroom technique, and also an emphasis in contemporary dance technique or traditional dance technique as well.
Mm-hmm.
And at that time, again, I didn't see too many bachata dancers doing that. They were all just what we learned on the streets and just doing it, you know.
Or the traditional bachata routines that you see all the time, the slower
the footworks and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So big, shout out to Joe and Vince. You guys made it on our list for 2 different type of pieces.
I know, right?
So it's pretty cool. Not saying that
Don't let it
it's
get to your
awesome to
heads.
be on our list or anything. We don't matter.
Yeah, we're not that important.
Yeah.
Okay.
Number 2. We're at number 2, right? So
Yep.
my number 2. Hold on 1 second. Coffee break.
Coffee break. There we go. Okay.
Number 2, Alex and Desiree.
Okay.
So Alex and Desiree. If you remember, Alex used to be and Desiree. They used to be with Caribbean Soul.
Mm-hmm.
And they had a piece, it's Esa Mujer by Luis Vargas, I think.
Was that the one that they did with the other couple as well?
Yeah, I think they did.
Because I saw that one.
But so I want to. So originally it was a Caribbean soul piece. So there was at least 2 couples.
Mm-hmm.
But recently Alex and Desiree
they brought it back.
They put it back out there. I forgot the term where you bring it back out of your repertoire and then you do it again as a performance. So they did that as a solo. Mm-hmm. And the reason why this one popped out is that, well, first off, Caribbean Soul and Alex and Desiree, your performances are different from everyone else because you actually give homage to like the tropical island feel.
Homage?
Homage.
Homage.
I don't know how to say it. You give respect.
This is gonna be a thing every time.
Respect. And like, it's not your typical. It's not a song that's urban or sensual or remix. It's just a straight song. Mm-hmm. The straight song. Luis Vargas, Esa Mujer, and the energy of the song is just like uplifting. It's no character development type of thing, no story, no trying to be cool. It's just their performances. We're here for fun.
Is it the one where he does the footwork like this?
Yeah, where it just goes really quick. I stole that and I do that during my social dances, by the way. I remember when Caribbean Soul first bust that out there with
the
Ismael.
Yeah,
I was like, whoa.
I remember that.
And then just the fun of it, like Desiree, like she just killed it, dude. Those long hair, she was working her hair. And then during the spot for Alex's little spotlight piece where he gets to the front and does that foot thing that we're talking about, Desiree is in the back and she's actually still stealing the show from him. And I thought it was just funny because that really like spoke to me, like they're really just having fun up there.
They are. You can tell.
You see, like it's they're not like oh, we gotta do this right. It's just boom, fun, enjoyed, like executed very well.
Yeah, it's not like they have any technical
It was still a show,
fun.
Technique was still there, and then I even saw them mess up. If no one noticed, I'm sorry for putting it out there, Alex and Desiree. I saw you guys at the very ending when you were turning her towards the front of the stage. She tripped over Alex's foot.
Oh, wow.
And you see his face and her face. They're both like, what? But like they finish it. They sustain their closing movement. As soon as the lights are on, Desiree kicks up her leg because you can see like, oh, they messed up, but they're still having fun with it.
That's nice.
Watch the video, you'll see what I mean.
Interesting.
Yeah.
All right, on to my number 2. This one's a show that I watched in Vegas. The first year I went to the Vegas Salsa Congress, and it's by the legendary director and choreographer Fernando Sosa. You guys know Tropical Jam.
Tropical Jam.
So you hear about this amazing dance company that they barely come to California or to the United States maybe once or twice.
They're in
Italy.
Italy?
Mm-hmm.
Thought it was Spain.
They're from Italy.
Italy. Okay.
And so they come out, like usually for Vegas and sometimes to like maybe LA or other congresses, maybe twice a year at the most.
Mm-hmm.
And so you're seeing all these videos and to actually see them live and to perform one of their best, most well-known numbers, which is the One Night in New York, Una Noche in Nueva York. That was just mind-blowing the way that they did it. And I was that year they actually had the Vegas Congress performances happen on the Tropicana stage as opposed to their back room when they normally do it. And so they had a full production stage set up. And the way they did, this routine, and you guys are gonna see it on the video. It's a full story, and it's to my favorite song, Pedro Navajas by Ruben Blades, and it starts with like the initial body movement and the popping and the locking that Fernando Sosa is doing up front.
That one?
No, it's not.
Or
It's
the one where he goes like
it's
this?
the one where he controls it, like pam, and he does
Okay,
another
then he
thing, and then
control it,
like different movements to that goes
Because
to
I'm
the,
sitting down.
to the bongos and the beat, and it's just amazing.
Uh-huh.
And after that, they have this whole story of what happens with the actual song, which the song itself is a story if you ever heard it.
Yeah.
And they play through the whole thing. It's a whole theatrical production. They have props and they have all these cool little things. And just watching it live, it made a huge impression on me.
I remember when you came back from that festival, you told me about it, and then you said that the video online does not do it any justice.
It doesn't. It's not.
Like,
It's
you don't see or you don't feel the visceral effects of the theater.
And that's the same thing with any performance. Any of the ones that we're talking about, like they feel a lot better to us live. And some of the ones that you're gonna see, they have some mistakes that you can see them on the video, but live you don't catch that.
It's visceral. Yeah.
Yes. But yeah, that was my number 2.
Number 1. I have a feeling we're in the same spot
I think
here.
we are because we have the same.
Here. Let me. You just say yes or no to this.
No.
Does this number 1 relate to a BB
It does.
event at the Reno Latin Dance Festival?
It was at the Reno Land Dance Festival.
What year was this performance debuted?
2000. Let me see. 14.
Okay, so I think and then does the performers, the first letter of the group starts with an A?
Maybe.
Okay, who is it?
It's Alma Latina.
Alma Latina, number 1. What's the name of it?
Bachata Rosa.
Bachata Rosa. So first off, remember we said we didn't show each other the list, so like we just knew this piece.
Yeah, it's. I mean, let's start with the way that it felt when we were watching it. As opposed to the last one that I talked about in Reno, the Alma Latina Island Touch Yamule collaboration,
yeah.
where the crowd was screaming the whole time. This was a completely different story. They were all silent. Everybody was watching, just waiting for the routine to fill you.
It started off where people were like, "Woo, yeah, I'm a Latina," and then they're like, "Wait, this piece is so good that I'm gonna shut up."
You don't react. You're just watching it in awe. You're like, whoa.
Well, the thing is, I also think the song makes them want to shut up too, because it's a very, very like romantic feeling song. And usually for romantic feeling songs,
and
you don't want to speak or scream or anything.
The song starts with the original Juan Luis Guerra, the routine.
Wait, did we even say what the name of the song was?
Bachata Rosa.
Bachata Rosa.
So it starts with the original Juan Luis Guerra version for the first bar or so, and then soon after that it turns into this a cappella version of somebody else. I haven't been able to find who made that version that they have, where it's more of a ballroomy, like wah 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 wah, more like I don't know 20s 30s type of style of music.
Oh, okay. I was like, what do you mean ballroomy, bro?
Yeah, well, kind of sort of. Back in those days, anyways.
Okay.
So the song itself, like you said, it makes you just watch what they're doing, and the way that they did it, the choreography itself, the way that one couple splits up and does his own thing while the other 3 couples are doing something, or maybe there's 2 on 2, and the part that I remember the most is when they have the one couple in front and they start just moving back, and as soon as they move back past another couple, the other couple gets up one at a time.
So like a cannon effect.
Exactly.
Okay.
It was just so cool to see because I was right up front, so I saw it exactly how it was supposed to be seen. Yeah.
Yeah. So we could say a lot of good things about them. So I'm gonna try and keep mine to 3 things. But I am gonna say one thing I did not like about the performance.
Okay.
And it wasn't them. It was the lighting engineer. Yeah. So if you watch a performance, stage lighting, stage backdrops, and everything matters. At least to me. And their lighting was shaking and flickering constantly, and it was a beautiful backdrop with the white. I forgot what those things are called.
Curtains.
White curtains. It's a beautiful backdrop. It even complemented their outfit because they were wearing white.
They were
or white, silver, and gray. And so it's all right, perfect setup, and then the lights flicker. And it goes against the calmness of the song.
Interesting.
And so it's remember how we said people got quiet? But then the lights, and I was like, man, it's ruining the vibe if you notice production like that.
It didn't affect me that much. He looks at the light a lot more than
I do. But let's get to the good part. So one thing I really enjoyed for them and their choreographic piece is that they were not frontal. They didn't stay frontal the entire time. So if you're not familiar with performing, if the stage is straight towards Juan, everything is, lined up this way.
You're moving my decorations?
I am moving your decoration. I have to show them what this means. But with them, what they did was they would go diagonal. They would have some awkward circles going on.
Took advantage of the entire dance floor.
Yeah, and I think they. Sorry, I'm trying to get your decoration back. And so the fact that they weren't frontal, it changes things. It changes the dynamic. Your floor pattern was widely used to great effect. you were able to showcase different angles. Like how you were saying that during different parts of the song, it seemed like there was a new principal couple, and everyone became the core, where they were just
And then they kept switching back and forth.
They were so they were able to spread it out, have that contrast. And if you pay attention, like the principal couple are dancing to one instrument, while the core is dancing to another instrument.
I noticed that.
Yeah.
I actually
So
tried to
that-
steal that for one of my routines.
That contrast really puts it into effect.
Yeah.
And a lot of people, they'll try and do that. Well, they have a principal couple and then the core dancing behind them. But sometimes you can't really notice the principal couple, especially if you're not used to, floor space, managing your floor space. So that was really well done. Another part is that, I forgot what I was going to say now.
Good job, then.
Floor pattern and so I know how you were saying the canon effects. So the canon effects was in conjunction with the music.
Of course.
That's what I really noticed. So a lot of people, when they do canon effects, they try and hit the obvious beats, like how I was saying, people always do obvious, but they were getting some of the subtle beats too.
They were.
Some of the underlying tones.
It was
and that's what
very
made it
musical.
well done.
And how do I say this? The routine itself is not the most complicated set of footwork or patterns.
No.
They don't do nothing fancy. No big tricks. No multiple 100 turns. They do some little subtle dips here and there, but the way that it's executed is clean.
Yeah.
It's well put together. And for that, actually, I've seen videos of them perform the same routine later on, where they are even cleaner and it looks better, but it doesn't have the same effect because it wasn't when I saw
It
it the
wasn't
first
brand
time.
new because it was a debut for the
Yeah,
for
and
the piece.
even I watched the video now of the first time. I see a lot of mistakes here and there.
Oh, yeah.
Because they finished that routine the week off, I think.
Hey, don't be putting out their secrets, man. Sorry.
They told everybody. It
Okay,
wasn't a
that's
secret.
true. Any other good things you want to say about them?
That's it. Alma Latina rocked it, and that routine has stuck with them and in my head since then, and it's never gonna go away. So number one
Number one,
performance
Alma Latina.
for both of us.
Bachata Rosa. If you want to see it, look at the link. We're going to post it on the description.
Yeah.
Again, I hate you, lighting engineer, because you messed up. You messed up the mood. But big props to the performers, the dancers from Alma Latina, because you demanded the attention. You said, forget the lights in the back. We have performance quality, and you want to watch us.
It was cool. All right.
So
that's
are you
it.
closing? Or am I closing?
I'm just gonna give a little disclaimer. Remember, these are our lists for our personal performances. I'm sure there's some other great performances out there that we haven't seen. Some we may have forgotten. If you have anything that you see that you want to share with us, let us know. We want to know what you guys think. What kind of songs or performances you've seen done that are on your list. And remember, you can either watch all the list of all the performances first and then come back and watch this so you can understand that, or you can watch this and then go back one way or another. It doesn't matter. Just do whatever you feel like it.
Yeah. Well, guys, that's been about 20 minutes. We really enjoyed you, spending your time with us. Paying attention to us, yes. And then we'll see you on the next one.
See you guys.
Hey everybody, if you enjoyed the show, please add us on Facebook at More Book Chats. If you want to know what me and J.Bear are about, add us on Instagram. My tag is Romi Sunga. J.Bear is J.Bear Mixes. And a big shout out to Mellow Me Out for letting us use their space. Please also add him on Instagram at Mellow Me Out Sacramento. Everybody, have a great day, and we'll see you on the next one.